Most people have tried creating a digital product at some point in their life and failed because they were copying what every other person was doing. A planner goes viral and suddenly 1,000 people rush in to create planners. A budgeting template goes viral and then thousands of people rush in to create what? A budgeting template. By the time they get into the market, they are competing with thousands of identical products. The problem is not a bad product. The problem is you are trying to sell to everybody. And when you sell to everybody, you sell to nobody. And eventually everyone concludes digital products are a scam. It doesn't work. And so they give up. But what if I tell you that a simple $10 product can actually change your life? And that's not because it's magical, but rather the way you think about when creating them. The problem most people make is starting with the question, how can I make money? Instead of, how can I create value? Mind you, money is important, but money is a terrible starting point. Value should come first, and then money follows value. Wherever you find value, money is sure to be there. And this is why I don't recommend that you jump into creating journals, planners, diaries, or other products just because they are trending. Instead, start with a niche. Start with a specific group of people, and then start with their problems. Ask yourself, who would I love to help? What are they struggling with? What would make their life easier? Let's take, for instance, nurses. Let's pick nurses as a niche. Everyone is selling a planner, but who is selling a planner that is specifically designed for nurses, hairdressers, architects, commercial real estate agents, ICU doctors, event planners, social workers, and school counselors? Who is designing a planner for that specific group of people? The secret to making money with digital product is to always go niche. Instead of asking what is selling right now, ask yourself, who can I help? Who am I for? That is where the opportunity exists. Money always hides in niches. A niche audience will always have specific problems that is peculiar to them, and the peculiar problems will not create a demand for peculiar solutions. Always think value, not product. Most beginners will always take the route of thinking what is selling right now and what can I sell to make money, while the people who are successful in creating digital products are those who ask, who am I for and what value can I provide to them? That change in mindset is the difference between those who succeed and those who fail. Still on nurses and planners, most people will think, now let me create a planner for nurses. But if you actually understand nurses as a niche or as a group, you understand that their problems goes far beyond planning. They need items like handover sheets, medication checklist, shift planners, report sheets, and the list goes on. So you can see now that if you decide to be of value to people like nurses, it goes beyond just saying, oh, let me create a planner for them. You also have to think of them as a group and what they usually struggle with, and then that is how you create value for them. Unfortunately, at this point, someone is probably thinking, I have the solution, but then you'll be wrong. The real money comes from going even more specific. So instead of creating a generic nurses handover sheet, now you go much deeper and create a handover sheet for nurses that work in ICU, in renal, in oncology, in the ED, and other departments, because you know that each department or specialty has a different workflow, and different workflows requires what? Different tools. So the more relevant your product is to a particular niche or specific niche, the more value you actually create to them. So whereas most people will create a generic nurses planner, if you have an idea of how to help nurses, you know that what bigger opportunities exist in planners alone. This same strategy works everywhere. Let's take, for instance, real estate. Most people create a simple template for real estate agents. But then, if you actually want to be of value to them, you understand that it's not just one profession. We have commercial and residential agents, we have property managers, we have real estate investors, we have leasing agents, and every single one of them has a unique need. Let's say, for instance, you create a tracker for commercial real estate agents. You should understand that that tracker will be completely useless for someone that is in residential. And the template you create for residential is completely useless for someone who is a property manager. But the good thing is, the deeper you go into a niche, the less competition you have. Let's go even deeper and take one more example. Let's say, for instance, teenagers. Yes, so let's take teenagers as a niche. To understand how you can be of value to teenagers, we first of all need to know what are teenagers struggling with. The first thing that comes to mind is self-image issues. Some are trying to build confidence, while some are trying to discover who they are, while most of them deals with peer pressure or bullying. So now, instead of creating a random product for teenagers, let us create value. And how do we do that? For creating value in the area of confidence, we can actually go to Canva and build a product, let's say, for instance, an affirmation lock screen for their phones. Instead of creating a journal, we can actually create a confidence building journal where you have prompts and questions that help them to build confidence. And for those who are struggling with discovering themselves or keeping up, you can have like a motivational wallpaper for their phones, their laptop, their iPads. Also, instead of creating a t-shirt, you can actually create a t-shirt with messages that resonate with teenagers in certain areas. The whole point is you are solving a real problem. And solving a real problem is how you get the attention of people. Most creators out there are just creating products, but those that are successful are those that are creating solutions for the problems that people already have. And that is what makes a difference. Anytime you want to create a product, products, always ask yourself, who is this product going to be valuable to? Who am I creating this product for? Will I buy this product because it looks nice, or will I buy it because it provides a solution for a particular problem? The second question is where the money is. People don't buy products, they buy solutions, they buy outcomes. So provide that for them. The next thing about creating value is once someone buys a product from you, they are likely going to come back because you already provide a solution for a particular niche of people. And that is why niches are powerful. If a teenager buys a product from you because you cater to providing value for teenagers, they are likely going to come back to buy more products from you because the first one was valuable and they are sure that the next one is going to be that as well. Imagine a doctor or a nurse buying an ICU handover sheet from you and they actually find it valuable. Guess what's going to happen? They are more likely to come back for more because they got value with the first one. That customer already trusts you, so they will likely come back for any other product that they believe will help them as well. And that is how you convert one customer to a repeat customer. You don't need to market your product to millions of people. You only need to market to the right customer base. Again, a commercial agent who buys a tracker from you and finds it valuable is likely going to come back and buy like a client management template. One customer will provide you valuable sales. And this is why in the world of digital product sellers, those who make the most money or those who are successful are not the most talented, but always those who understand the market they are serving. They identify the problems of a particular niche of people and they create a solution. But then they don't stop there. They try to improve those solutions over time and also keep up with the market trends in order to stay relevant. So if you have tried to sell digital products in the past and you failed, don't immediately assume that maybe there's something wrong or digital products don't work. They actually do work. You just need to ask yourself a different question. How am I creating value and who am I creating the value for? Again, ask yourself, did I create a product or did I create a solution? Because creating a $10 product might not necessarily change your life. What changes your life is when that product actually begins to offer value to some people. So like I said earlier, stop chasing money. One of the biggest mistakes that most entrepreneurs make is they put money first and not the value. And when making money is the only motivation for creating something, the quality is going to suffer. This is why online you see people talking about how you can create a digital product from start to finish using AI. They don't care about the people they are creating those products for. All they care about is how can I make money from these people? And unfortunately, if you design a product for money only, the users can tell right away that no thought or effort went into creating this product. And it was all about what making it sell for you. And that is how you lose that customer for life. So instead of thinking about money only, a better question is, how can I make this product more valuable than other alternatives that already exist? Say for instance, 100 people already sell this product that you're about to make. How can you make your own more beautiful, easier to use, more detailed, more specific, more specialized or practical? And this is why I said you need to know the audience that you're designing for. Let's say for instance, you're designing a template for like, real estate agents, and then you are designing for men, but then you make the template pink. Majority of men will not buy a product that is pink. But then if you actually market that towards women, they are more likely to buy that because that's a color that most of us resonate with. And that is why you need to know the exact person that you are designing something for. Money always follows value. Value is what attracts customers, and customers is how you build your income. That order matters a lot. It's always the horse before the cart, not the cart before the horse. Another great point to know is relevance matters a lot. A great product can still fail if nobody needs it anymore. Markets change, technology change, customer needs will change, the industries will change. You need to constantly ask yourself, is this product still relevant today? Is it still solving the problem that you created it for? Has that profession changed? Are there any regulations affecting the users? Do I need to include something in the workflow or take out something from the workflow? A creator who wants to survive long term has to stay relevant. Relevance matters a lot. The next thing is timing. Timing can change everything. Timing is the difference between average success and explosive success. Many creators notice a trend by the time it's popular. By then, thousands of competitors have already gone into the market to create a product for that. But the goal is this: you need to identify an emerging trend before other people take notice of it. You need to pay attention to changes in industries, imagine job roles. What jobs are suddenly cropping up here and there? Pay attention to trends in the workplace, in schools, in businesses. There are certain tools you can use like Pinterest or Google Trends or even like TikTok. Once you see something coming up over and over again, it's likely that that is something that is imagined and you should be the first to create a solution for that, because the earliest creators always capture the largest share of the market. Now, let's move over to marketing. A great product that nobody knows about is still invisible. What most people do is they create a digital product, list it on Etsy or Gumroad, and then wait a few weeks. And when no one buys that, they decide that digital products don't work. But that is the equivalent of opening a shop in a desert and expecting people to magically appear. There's this YouTuber who has sold millions of dollars in Notion templates. How did he do this? He literally opened a brand new YouTube channel and taught people all about Notion. And then at the end of the videos, he will include his templates, and most people bought that. Can you imagine the extent he went in achieving this success? He literally opened a brand new channel where he thought value on Notion and then sold some of his templates to those people. And that is how people got to know that his product exists. People need to know that your product exists. Marketing is not optional. It's all part of the business. And this is literally like the best time to market any product, because you don't even need to spend money free. You can market on places like TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, and you don't have to pay any money. All you need to do is create content and put them on the platform for free. And that is how you get your customers. Most of the people that you're creating for, that is your customer base, have no idea that a solution already exists for the problem that you're facing. And that is why the goal is to put the solution in front of the customer who is already facing that problem. For instance, if you create a handover sheet for ICU nurses, you need to ask yourself, where do most ICU nurses hang out online? We have online communities on Reddit, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also they're more likely to be following their fellow nurses who are creators. Example 2, if you create an affirmation lock screen for teenagers, where do most teenagers actually hang out? Right away, I'm thinking TikTok and Pinterest. That is where you find teenagers. Your marketing should target where your audience already is. Most great products fail because the right audience never saw it. Also, in line with marketing, patience is a competitive advantage. Most people fail because they quit early. They create one product and then after a few weeks of no sales, they decide this is not going to work out for me. And then they quit. But businesses don't work that way. In business, your first product will likely fail. The second one might even fail. The third one might even fail. And you might start seeing success from the fourth one. And that is completely normal. Every product is supposed to teach you a lesson and make you better because now you learn what the audience want, the kind of value you can provide, the kind of things they don't care for, or even the niche that you prefer to cater to. Think of your first, second, third product as market research. Don't actually expect to make money from them yet. Every successful creator has products that failed at some point, and that is how they realize what works and what doesn't. And the difference between them and those who failed is they kept going when every other person stopped. So patience is the secret behind success. Sometimes all you need is for one product to take off for the rest of them to follow suit. So just keep going until that one takes off. So you see, that $10 product that is going to change your life isn't magic. It's the fact that you've learned how to solve problems at scale for people. Once you identify a problem and profile a solution, you can now repeat that process over and over again, and that is how you create value for different niches. The asset that makes you money is not that $10 product. It's you being able to solve problems at scale for people and profile solution of value to them. And wherever value exists, money is sure to follow. Now let's go to the most important aspects of this video. Most people are thinking of a product that can make them like $20,000 every month, whereas smart creators think of 30 different products that can make them a few sales here and there. They understand that how you make money is by compounding income, and when the income compounds, the customers will compound and the trust will compound, and thus you make more money. The one mistake most people make is expecting one product to magically fix the entire finance. They create one planner, one template, one spreadsheet, and then hope that it goes viral and become the next best thing. But that is not how you build a sustainable business. You need to always think about compound interest. Small amounts will become larger amounts when they accumulate over time. And digital products work in the same exact way. Imagine you create a $10 product and then you create another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one, until you create like multiples of them. Before you know what, you have 10 products, you have 20, you have 30 products serving a particular niche. Each product is solving a slightly different problem for the same audience. Now imagine that every single product generates like a decent amount of sales every month. By the time you put them together, that is a substantial amount. Individually, none of those sales are life-changing, but collectively, they actually start to make a difference in your income. The people who fail in digital products are usually those who focus on creating like one blockbuster product, whereas those who succeed understand that you have to create like a library of multiple products. And because your product serves a particular niche, once someone discovers like a single product, they are more likely to discover other ones as well. And so by buying this one, they'll come back to buy more and then more and then more. And that is how one customer can buy like multiples from you because you are serving a niche. And that is why I recommend that you go deeper, not wider. Don't create one product for nurses, another one for teachers, another one for architects, another one for real estate agents. Pick a particular niche and focus on creating products for that exact niche only. Become known for helping a group of people, not everyone. Once your target audience discovers one product, you are more likely to sell more. And that is how you succeed in selling digital products. It's not about selling like a blockbuster or trying to help everyone. It's about you going as niche as you can. Now to wrap this up, don't think about what is selling. Think about who is struggling, who do you want to help. Pick a niche, pick a profession, and go as deep as you can in helping them. Because that is how a $10 product can become the foundation of a business that changes the trajectory of your career. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, comment, hype, and do all the good things. And I'll see you guys in my next one.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.